Have you ever felt like your pet knows more about you than people do? Take a second to look at your phone. Not your messages, but your gallery. What's there? Selfies, screenshots, food, and dozens of photos of a creature that isn't human. Your dog is sleeping like it's worked 2 shifts. A cat stares at the wall as if it sees something hidden from you. Photos that weren't necessary, but you took them anyway. Nothing special. And yet, something important. We live in a world where people buy strollers for dogs, order cakes for cats, and calmly say, "I don't want children, I have a pet." People laugh at this. They say it's childish, a substitute, an escape from adult life. But the brain doesn't see it that way. When you look at your pet and feel warmth, relaxation, calm breathing, the same substances are released as when a parent is with their child. This is not a metaphor. It's neurochemistry. But why does this connection feel so deep and instantaneous? A classic of depth psychology called the source of this feeling, the collective unconscious, an ancient layer of the psyche with universal archetypes. One of the strongest is the archetype of the child. Not literally, but as a symbol of vulnerability, purity, and emotional truth. Now think about a pet. It never outgrows you. It doesn't distance itself. It doesn't hide its tenderness. A human child must leave. This is the quiet pain of parenthood. A pet, however, stays. You could call it an eternal child, open, dependent, and accessible throughout life. And when the psyche encounters this image, something ancient is triggered. Care, protection, a sense of meaning. This is especially true for those who grew up early, are used to being strong, and are afraid of being abandoned. This connection is not just comforting. It feels right. Because it does not turn into distance, it remains. This is not immaturity. This is archetypal resonance. Now, about projection. As one of the founders of depth psychology believed, it is not a weakness but the language of the unconscious. What cannot be safely expressed within us, love, tenderness, fear of being unnecessary, is brought out. Pets accept this perfectly. They do not argue, devalue, or leave. Unconditional love, loyalty, and the need to be needed just for the sake of it are projected onto them. That is why this attachment seems so pure. Not because pets are perfect, but because they can preserve what quickly becomes complicated with people. Biology only enhances the effect. Childlike features, big eyes, round faces, awkward movements, trigger instant attachment. The brain releases oxytocin before logic kicks in. The connection happens without permission. So when someone laughs at the words pet parent, they are arguing not with opinion, but with psychology and chemistry. The decision has already been made. Your status, successes, or failures are irrelevant to your pet. You don't have to play a role with them. You just are. That's why coming home to a pet feels like a relief. It's like finally taking off shoes that have been pinching all day. It's a space where the ego softens and the nervous system finally relaxes. But society likes to label pet owners. They say they fill a void responsibility. Because it's not about a lack of love. More often, it's about an excess of it. The archetype of care hasn't disappeared, but modern life compresses it. Children are expensive. The future is unstable. Burnout has become the norm. Archetypes don't disappear with social change. They demand an outlet. And the psyche finds it. Pets become objects of care, loyalty, and daily meaning. This is not a failure. It is adaptation, evolution, and now, the dark side. Raising a person means accepting unpredictability. You can do everything right and still lose the result. A pet gives you control over a small world. Routine, food, safety. When life is chaotic, it becomes an anchor. You could call it a dialogue with your shadow. Anxiety, fear, powerlessness. Caring helps not to suppress them, but to integrate them. And it manifests itself differently in everyone. Some people are protectors, vigilant, sensitive, always on the alert. Some people are kindred spirits. You talk, you trust, you understand without words. This is the energy of the anima or animus, the inner soul that has found a safe reflection. And some people are healers. You saved them. They were broken, and you gave them safety. By saving them, you prove to yourself that kindness is real. Damage is not always permanent. Love can repair what the world has broken. And this leads to the deepest layer, the inner child. Listen to how you talk to your pet. You are safe. I am here. I am with you. Did anyone ever speak to you like that? If not, something important is happening. You are becoming a parent to yourself. Every act of care, every caress is symbolic healing. You are giving externally what you once lacked internally. This is individuation, a movement toward wholeness. That is why the loss of a pet hurts so much. You are not just losing an animal. You are losing a symbol of security, a source of meaning, a silent witness to your true self. From the point of view of analytical psychology, animals embody instinct and soul. When they leave, something inside falls silent. And when society devalues this pain, the wound becomes deeper. If you've ever felt ashamed of your grief, don't. Your psyche knew what it was doing. Today, family is not just blood. Individuation is choosing what is psychologically true, not socially approved. So ask yourself, what part of you does your pet carry? Guardian, soulmate, healer? Do you talk to them the way you would want to be talked to? And what have they taught you about love that no human being has been able to teach you? If this resonates with you, write about it. Your story may help someone understand themselves. Like this if you feel it. And subscribe if you want to understand more deeply the feelings that have always lived within you without words. Because sometimes the most important relationships are just waiting silently for you at the door.